Hi, students. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. And I am going to say this. How are white farmers, how are they doing after seeing that Afrikaners are about to take over their land? How do you people feel? When he became the president, and some people were like, the Nebraska were screaming and all that, their funds were we take. You all thought it was going to stop there. No, it is not. So now the Afrikaners are here, right? And you all are about to hear the latest. I am sure majority of you might have heard it. But yeah, Afrikaners are taking over. I am going to ask, how great is America at this point in time? You all said, make America great. That was your slogan, right? And black people were like, what do you mean by make America great? When was it great for people that look like me? I mean, it was never great. And they tried so hard to let you people understand how dangerous that slogan is still, but you all said no, it's not all about you people, right? So now who is it all about at this point in time? I love my people. So I am going to ask white farmers, you all thought this man got something good to do for you? I mean, you all think it was going to affect every other person, but not you? Let's get into this.
If you're wondering where all these South Africans are going to go, don't worry. They already had a plan in place. And it was called Acre Trader. That's right. They already took the farmland from farmers who were failing. As a matter of fact, they have about 40,000 acres of farmland that they took from American farmers because they wouldn't give them subsidies. Acre Trader is an American real estate investment company that specializes in farmland. It says here that the company aims to increase investor access to real estate assets and provides capitals to farmers and growers to expand their business. But what they failed to leave out here is that the first investor into Acre Trader was none other than J.D. Vance. You know J.D. Vance, the one who's in charge of the White House with the president who is cutting all the subsidies to the farmers? Yeah, that J.D. Vance. And what they also failed to mention is the fact that the people who were investing, yeah, they were South Afrikaners. And guess who just came to America to go on these farms? That's right. You guessed it. Are you sick of it yet? Are you sick of it yet? $880 billion being pulled from Medicaid so they can fund tax money going to the rich. Your farmland being taken away from American farmers and being given to South African refugees. People being human trafficked all over the United States and outside of this country for financial gain. Minimum wage is $7.25. Hasn't been raised since 2009. You can't afford healthcare. You can't afford your car insurance. You're probably not going to be able to buy a home anytime soon. And grocery prices are through the roof. And guess who's going to own your food now? The People's Sick Day is coming. It's going to be a 1 to 3 day collection of people who are going to take back their power by setting down. No more showing up for work when you're making peanuts and they're giving away your farmland to foreigners. You better join us, because unless we stand up, none of us are going to win this fight.
Farmers for Trump. Farmers for Trump. Y'all might want to get in here. I know you're going to want to get in here for this one. And have a seat while you're at it, because when I finish telling you what I just learned, your knees gonna buckle. Okay. One of the first things the Trump administration did when they got into office was they went against all those deals that the government, that Biden administration made with y'all, with the farmers, right? They reneged on contracts. They didn't bring in the last payment they were supposed to bring in. A lot of y'all are losing y'all farms because of that, right? Because they reneged. There's this company called Acre Trader. I've mentioned this company before. This company, one of the first investors was a guy named J.D. Vance. Yes, the vice president y'all voted into office. J.D. Vance was one of the first investors. Guess who we're investing along with J.D. Vance? South Africans. You get where I'm going? South Africans were investors, many of them. So now fast forward to today. You guys are losing your land, right? Trump just brought and is still bringing over thousands of South Africans. You get where I'm going? He's bringing in thousands of South Africans. Where you think those South Africans gonna end up? Where you think they're going? Acre Trader has confiscated, or you can say purchased, whatever. I think they say it's about over 40,000 acres. The farmers that have already lost your land, I want y'all to do yourself a favor. Drive by. Give it a little minute, but drive by and see who the new owners of your farms are. Gotcha. They got y'all. They got y'all damn good. Do you see this was a plan? Do you see it was a plan? Now y'all see it. They played y'all the entire time. They've been playing y'all they've been playing y'all before November 4th. They knew what they were going to do when they got in there. All they needed y'all to do was fall for that old okie dokie again. You know that okie dokie that y'all never learned from. Where the wealthy white people use your hatred against black people and tell you that you are better than the most intelligent, most educated black man while they constantly picking y'all pockets. Well, now they done picked your land out from up under you. Y'all keep thinking that these rich white people are on y'all side. What you don't understand is the rich white people see y'all the same as they see us. You ain't got money. You're no use to them. You're pawns. They like to move y'all around the board. But on their level, never. In their circle, never. How many of y'all been out to Mar-a-Lago? Farmers. MAGA. How many times y'all been down to Mar-a-Lago? How many times has he actually invited you in his home, in his surroundings? I know how many times he done offered to a price tag for y'all to come see him. But how many times has he ever opened his doors to where he is? You guys would never be in that circle. J.D. Vance was in this company, invested in this company before he even became vice president. Think about that. Now we got all these South Africans coming over here. And if they just so happens to wind up on your land that you lost because they reneged on those contracts, y'all got played. Y'all got faked completely out of your acres. They played y'all to the freaking hilt because you refuse to learn this age-old lesson. The rich white man ain't your friend. You are his tool that he uses. That's it. And y'all never learn. Because they know one thing they can pull on y'all. They know that one thing they can dig at that's gonna always be paid. It's gonna be pay dirt. Always. And that's that hatred for black people. They know all they got to do is hammer on that, and they can pick y'all pockets clean. Well, now they done pick y'all out of thousands and thousands and thousands of acres of land because you refuse to learn. Hatred never wins. You are so filled with hatred. You're so consumed by it. Nothing means more to you. That is costing you everything you have. And some of y'all, some generational farms are lost, gone, because y'all just have to have that hatred more than y'all need air. It's sad. But it's funny too, because, they say a fool and his money will soon part. Well, it looks like that's so damn true. Y'all refuse to learn, and they keep getting y'all. All these South Africans coming over here. They're going to cut all people, all you MAGA Trump voters here that's been on SNAP benefits, that's had Medicaid, that depends on your Social Security checks, the veteran benefits. All of that is being taken away from you and gift wrapped to these South Africans that's coming. Yeah, they're getting the full benefits of everything. They're going to get housing assistance. They're going to get Social Security. They're going to get free phones. They're going to get SNAP. Everything they cutting from you, they giving to them. They prefer them over y'all. Y'all were just useful tools. That was it. Donald Trump even told y'all at them rallies, I don't care about y'all, I just want your vote. But y'all looked at him as a comedian instead of a politician. What you should have been doing was using him as your source of entertainment. Y'all should have been going to his shows. But putting your livelihood in his hands, that was the biggest mistake y'all ever made. And the second biggest mistake is not learning from the first one. So, for those of y'all who've lost y'all land, all them Nebraska farmers and all those Iowa farmers and all y'all who went, bum rushed that damn poll and voted for Trump and J.D. Vance, they got y'all. They got y'all. Oh, they played y'all real pretty. When I say they used y'all weakness against you, and who better to know your weakness than your own? So think about it like that. While y'all busy hating us, while y'all busy detesting us, while y'all busy dreaming about unaliving us and watch us bleed and watch us hang, while y'all doing that, you really should be looking at them with that type of hatred, because we can't take from you what they taking from y'all. Even y'all hatred directed at the wrong group. You love your enemy. You are in love with the rich white man. And the rich white man is your enemy. You'll never be on their level. Never. Not in their eyesight. And as you can see, they know they can play y'all like a fiddle. J.D. Vance is paid. The South Africans have a way paid for them to come into acres and acres of land. They used to be held by Americans. So what are y'all going to do when they start deporting y'all off? So you never thought it was going to come to your doorstep, did you? Oh, it's on its way. It's on its way. You didn't vote just for our demise. You didn't know it, but you were voting for your own. And it's here. Go in and look at it. Go research it. Look into it. See when J.D. Vance, how much of a part of Acres Trader J.D. Vance is. And then look and see how many South African investors there are. And then I want you to come back and tell me with one big old smile on your face, is it great again yet? I don't know.
This South African farmer bullshit, which is the most blatantly obvious racist shit ever. It is blatantly obvious the way that we treat white South Africans, who, by the way, for the most part, and I am generalizing here, from some of the wealthiest people or well-to-do people in the country. They speak their language. They own most of the land and the property. And somehow they're being granted a fast track to become Americans while they're trying to cut down on immigration from other countries. You get that from where? From the brown people. On March 7th, Trump took to Truth Social to announce he is offering white South African farmers, quote, a rapid pathway to U.S. citizenship, pointing out that South Africa's new land reform push signed into law last year, which lets the government take land without compensation if the property is not being used and there's no intention to either develop or make money from it. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you some context here. They're not just taking land away from white South African farmers. White South Africans, about 9% of the population, owned 87% of the fertile land. Okay? Today, Black South Africans make up more than 90% of the population, and they only hold about 4% of all privately owned land. So what they're trying to do is say, hey, we need to fix an historical injustice and figure out if you're not using that land to farm, then we need to have some of that land, not taking all of your entire farm. That's not what's happening. And we need to what? There needs to be equity. And now people are crying because the playing field is being leveled. And so therefore it is now discrimination.
Hey y'all, it's Neo from the Black Wall Street Times. Listen, President Trump's administration welcomed Afrikaner refugees from South Africa today, even as it imposed harsh restrictions on refugees and immigrants from Black and brown countries. That choice sends a clear message about the administration's deeper motives and priorities. It suggests Trump's immigration policy wasn't really about legality or national security. It was about race and culture. White South African farmers, who are often Christian and culturally Western, fit the image by some in the administration, like advisor Stephen Miller. So by portraying Afrikaners as victims of persecution and embracing them while turning away Black and brown migrants, the administration reinforced a racial and cultural hierarchy in its immigration policy. They even gave attention to the unproven idea of white genocide in South Africa, a narrative pushed by far-right groups. Meanwhile, real genocide, like what's happening in Gaza, go ignored. The idea that white people globally are under attack stokes white grievance politics and plays well with Trump's political base. Under Trump, refugee admissions were slashed, families were separated, and asylum seekers of color were left in dangerous conditions. But white South Afrikaners, they were treated differently. Refugee policy should be based on need, not race. But Trump's approach exposed a racially selective agenda that broke from international human rights standards.
Tucker here. So we're about to get hit with a massive heat wave down here in Texas. I'm talking like 105. And there's a group of farmers, I don't know if y'all know this, a group of farmers are suing the USDA because of the Trump administration basically gutted all the climate information. And that could be some things to help forecast heat waves and droughts. So I'm spending my morning out here making sure all the animals have water, that everyone will be all right. Look, farmers need as much information as we can get. We need information such as when is a heat wave coming? When is a drought coming? How is the climate changing? Where are the new rainfall patterns coming? This is information that's very valuable to us, and these fools up in DC are just trying to gut everything, and it's hurting everyone. So it's just stupid.
This is all I got from this video, and I do not pity anybody at this point in time because you all intentionally voted against your own interest. You all intentionally said that, yes, let me hurt other people. Let me just hurt Black people. Let me hurt other people. I am not going to say brown people because they are also the ones doing themselves, right? Let me hurt them. And now they are being hurt. How do they solve this problem at this point in time? I can't say anything and I cannot do anything. It is not my problem. It is you all's problem. And you all will continue to sort it out the way you wanted. You all thought this man got good intentions for you. Oh, Jesus. Oh, holy moly. You all thought this man, will ever have something really good for you. Now, the fact that majority of these people do not understand that this, you see, everything happening now has already been masterminded before you all are seeing it. People are just seeing it happen, but all this has happened way before now. This is like the execution and all that. And I am going to say this. For those that think that this administration, especially the poor, I will keep emphasizing it, the poor white people that think that it's going to get better or it's for us. I mean, we are in heaven. No, you are not in any heaven. You are not in any heaven. And I hope you all will see what is going to happen. I mean, can you imagine taking away your farmland? Now it's being given to South Africaners to farm, to do whatever they want to do and all that. I mean, you all thought, see, being racist is really expensive, and God does not like ugly. Some people are ugly because you all thought you were going to hurt people that look like me. Just look at you. Just look at you. Now you are being hurt. I love it. I love it when that Sister Karen, the way I love how she laughs, especially when how great is it now? You all said it's Make America Great, right? That was the slogan. MAGA. How great is it now? I love my people. Bye for now.